Hello everyone, and welcome back to another one of my TF2 videos. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Soldier and his rocket launchers. So, basically the two maps I'm going to be cycling through as I do my reviews for, all the classes, their weapons, etc. is Thunder Mountain and, this is the Capture the Flag, or like the, I think it was the Manpower map for Thunder Mountain. But it's basically like a Capture the Flag map. I'm not sure if that's one and the same or different, or I think it's just the Manpower map. But basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reviewing this rocket launcher for Soldier by standing right at that post right there and shooting at that lower window right there to always get an accurate reading. I'm just going to quick go into here so I can get to my ammo back and also my health. But basically, that's going to show like the reload speed, the firing speed, and the projectile speed of all the rocket launchers. And aim right in the middle of the window right there, where the two lines meet. So, that's the firing speed and reload speed, and I'll just fire once so you can see how fast it goes. So, moving on, we'll go to the Liberty launcher next. This one is, all the bonuses and drawbacks is it has 5 in the reservoir, or plus 25% clip size. It has plus 40% projectile speed, that's why I have the thing set up for you, so you can see like the various speeds and everything. It has minus 25% blast damage from rocket jumps, which basically means if you would take like a set amount of damage from rocket jumping, this would be 25% less. Pretty straightforward. It has a minus 25% damage penalty, so that's the one drawback. But basically, just get up here. This one has a lot faster firing speed. So again, in the middle of the two little crosshair-like things in the window. That's the firing speed, or like the projectile speed, sorry. And this is the firing and reload speed. It will take longer to properly and fully reload because of the extra rocket in there, but I must say it is a definite, like, probably a compensator for the damage, like, reduction because of the fact that, I mean, like, you don't have the, you don't have to worry about, that because you have an extra rocket to actually be able to compensate for that. But this is the airstrike. I'll go with the drawbacks and the, bonuses. So it's minus 15% damage from rocket jumps. It has an increased attack speed when you're rocket jumping, not really blast jumping. And its clip size is increased on kill. And, has minus 15% damage penalty and explosion, and 10% explosion radius. But the thing that makes this thing so awesome is not only the fact that, you get a additional 1 per mag size, like 1 mag size per kill in the reservoir. We also get, to do this. That's the fire speed for the, mid-air after rocket jump. Like, note that when you normally jump, it doesn't really change anything. You don't, fire faster. It has to be a rocket jump to actually fire that fast. So that's just a little thing. But, next I'll be reviewing the direct hit. That's the only real thing, like the next one only has the only other one that has a added projectile speed. It has 25% damage bonus, 80% projectile speed, mini crits targets, like launched by explosions. Basically, if you shoot somebody and they, get launched airborne, that counts as a mini crit. But it is definitely more of almost like a sniper weapon due to the fact that it has a minus 70% explosion radius. So you definitely have to be more careful with that. I'll go again to the kind of marked area right there, and I will show you the projectile speed. This is a whole lot faster than even the Liberty launcher, because it's like 80% faster. Come on. So, in the middle of the crosshairs again. And then just 1 for the, so you can see it. So it definitely goes a whole lot faster. And then next, I will be going over the black box, and then the beggar's bazooka, and then the cow mangler. So this one, it gives you 20%, plus 20 health on a direct hit, and then if it's like around 2 feet away, it has, you know, like 10 health added, and then if it's like 3 feet away, then probably like 5 health, and then so on. It's not like exact, like clear cut, like 5, you know, like 5, 5, 5, 5, or like 5, 10, 15, 20. It's, you can get like 12 health added, or like 8 health, but it's pretty much just like a range indicator. So this one has the same real, like, you know, firing speed and reload speed, and also projectile speed. So kind of hard to rocket jump on the fences. But yeah, so that's just basically like for some reason the command isn't working for me. I could show you the addition, like, to the, like, to your health that you can get from a direct hit. Next is the beggar's bazooka, which has, it's probably one of the most interesting of the weapons because of the fact that you can hold the left click or whatever your fire button is, like to shoot your gun, to load up to 3 rockets, and when you release the left mouse click or whatever the designated button is, it releases 3. So I'll show you the, like, deviation in the projectiles by the +3 degrees random projectile deviation, but definitely seems more than that because you can go completely random directions. But overloading the chamber will cause a misfire. So basically what that means is, and also note, no ammo from dispensers when it's active, so you can get ammo from, like, when you have your shotgun out, not when this thing's out. What I mean by the, when it overloads or whatever, when you have 4, or when you try to have 4, it explodes, as you can see right there. So, I'll get launched up onto the kind of marked area, and I will show you the deviation. Again, aiming between the cross beams. So, as you can see right there, one went there, one went right around there on the window, or my little circle thing is, and then one went right around where the wooden part of the windowsill is, right there, the top part. And the last, but definitely not least, we have the cow mangler. This one does not require any ammo whatsoever. Like, it has 4 shots in the reservoir, but it doesn't have any, like, you know, 4 in the reservoir and, like, 20 standby ammo. It has, actually, 4 shots and, like, infinite ammo. But when you, say, like, right-click it, that's when the real fun part happens. This happens. So you set it on fire, and it can also incendiate buildings. So if you're going to attack, like a sentry nest, you fire this thing in there and you have like a demo man with you, this can be really lethal. But also, it doesn't have any random critical hits, and it can't be really crit boosted, so if you have like a crit creek or like a critical canteen, it doesn't really do anything. But it also only deals like 20% damage to buildings, so you can't really efficiently use this to like stun and attack, mainly because the stun thing takes 4 in the reservoir. So you'd already run out like the second time you reloaded, so you can't really take out buildings solo with this. Unless you like quickly switch to your shotgun and try to do that, but you know, I would advise against it. So, now I can move on to the secondaries. First one I'll do is the reserve shooter. And that one is 50% faster weapon switch, kind of like the degreaser, where you can switch a whole lot faster between weapons when you press like the Q or whatever, like the switch to last weapon key is. And it also mini-crits airborne targets for 5 seconds after being deployed. So basically what that means is if you were to shoot an enemy, not yourself, an enemy, and you like launch them in the air and you shoot them, then that would mini-crit them, and that they would either die from fall damage if they were low enough on health, or that would really just do a lot of damage to them, and you could just finish them off with like a rocket again. The next one is, oh, also the other things are, it only has like 4 in the reservoir, in like the, you know, shotgun, so that's the one downside to it. The Righteous Bison has infinite ammo again, kind of like the Thunder, or the Thunder, whatever you want to call it. Definitely reloads faster, but the cool part about this is because it is not hit scan, and also because it can penetrate targets, if you shoot a target that's running away from you, or at least backwards, like running backwards like this, it does more than damage to them. So let's say it does 15 damage. I think that's actually what it does, or 25, or whichever one. And then it would do that again and again as long as it remains in contact with them. So it could do, rather than just like 25, it could do like 75. So that can be very effective, especially if it's like a scout or a sniper or one of the other lower health classes. Next one I'm going to be showing you is the panic attack. Sorry. The panic attack is definitely one of the more interesting shotguns, due to the fact that you can do this. Load in 4, and then fire it. So, this is kind of like the Beggar's Bazooka, as to where you can load in, a specified amount, and then you can fire it. But, you don't have a exploding shotgun on your hands like you do with the Beggar's Bazooka. But the interesting part about this is, apart from the obvious, when you take damage, you shoot at a much larger radius. So like that. So I will shoot at the wall with the damaged radius with like 24 health, so that's kind of, more common kind of damage. So it definitely shoots faster, and it also has a much larger spread. So it can be a good or a bad thing depending on your playstyle. So you can see right there that's around where my circle is. Like, that's the difference, and it also shoots slower on if you have like full health. And everything else is basically just like the parachute, or like the gunboats or the man-treads. We all know those two. So, I guess that's it for Soldier. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.